Hello guys, this video here will be about my greenhouse, and what I mean about that is because I want to build something inside of it. So here we have the old lady, and I want to build a raised bed that goes all the way around, almost, because so I can come into it. So let me show you. So inside my greenhouse I want to have some raised beds in here. Probably this height here, where I can have all my vegetables and so on inside. And at the same time, I have some small ants underneath the stones, so they have to be, probably 10 or 15 centimeters from the ground, so they cannot get up to it. So that will also have to be taken into consideration. And the funny thing about this small project is that nothing has been prepared, haven't measured anything or that kind of stuff, so everything will just be from the get-go from here. But the nice thing is that my greenhouse has a hexagon shape, so every measurement around is the same, and the same with the angle. So I basically just need to measure one side, plus for each angle there is 30 degrees that I have to cut, so I will have to so I don't really have to do anything of that sort. So let's do some measurement. So as you see here, at some point I need to fix this window, but not for now. So right now you can see from this point and over to here, I have 46 centimeters. And from the stones, there's a stone right there for each corner. So that would be, I think I'll go with 135 centimeters. Let's say 133, just on the safe side. And then the thickness of this raised bed will have to be around 50 centimeters. There should be plenty of space for all vegetables. Plus the height of it, where all the dirt is gonna be, it would be around, let's say, 60. Yeah. But anyway, now I know all the sides. So if we say 140, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the inside, we go out 50, 50, and then inside, and I think the plates, the pine wood I can go out to get from the hardware store. I think those are 4 meters and 20, so I think I'll go and get 20 pieces. So that should make one spare if I cut something incorrectly. And then of course, for the legs, I think I'll just go with some thick legs, probably 45 centimeters or something like that. You'll see what I find. And then of course, everything will be in a rough design, so they will not be sanded or grinded or all that. It has to just be rough directly from the saw, from the manufacturer. Or actually, maybe the legs will have to be a little more soft, just to have some nice structure looking. And probably a top also. Yeah. It'll turn out very nice. So right now I will go out to the local store and I will get the materials I need. So hopefully I will have enough so we can start showing and cutting and all that. So I will be back soon, and for, of course, you guys, it will only be some few seconds. There we go. Just returned from the local hardware store. And I think the materials I found was quite nice. This is what I went with. So this here will be for the legs. So these ones, they are 70 in the width and then 45 on this side. And everything is pine wood. And this is untreated because I don't want to have the chemicals from the treated wood. I would have preferred to have the treated, but it is not recommended to use that for high raised beds. So anyway, so that is for the legs, or as you want to say it, the structure. Here I have for the sides. So it is very rough. And these ones, they are 125 in diameter and 25 in thickness. So should be plenty to hold the structure. And of course, when I install these ones, there will be a piece that will hold all the other pieces together, so they're not start moving around all that nice stuff as we do not like. And this here is for the top surface, because yeah, this one I can get splinters from, and this one I can't or shouldn't. So that will be for the finishing top. So that is all the wood that I have to use. And to cover my untreated pine wood, I have bought this. I think the way you pronounce this is a tarpaulin, something like that. Yeah, and then I got these ones. So these metal pieces here will be for the legs holding the bottom, something like so. And there are 10 in total, because there will be 10 legs. And here will be from one of the sides, because while I was looking for the wood, I was like, I want to have a sharp corner, but I also want one of the legs to be visible, so I'll have to use some metal plates. And then there are some screws as well. So yeah. So I just bought one for 50 and 40 and 25. So I'm covered for everything. I was planning just to have a huge screw where I could just go directly through the leg and onto the other plate. But it was cheaper to buy some metal pieces and some smaller screws instead of a long one for around 100 millimeters. So I chose to take the metal pieces. It should make the structure way more reliable. And plus, when the screws were more expensive, it just felt more right to have the metal pieces. Now I will go in and cut the legs, and then we'll see how it fits in the greenhouse. So let's go for that. And of course I will use my saw. So yeah, this saw here can go out 4 meters in each side. So it fits perfectly for this project. And the same has all the angles I can adjust down here, the same as here, and so on. So anyway, enough talk about the saw. It is the raised beds that we are more interested in. So let's go and cut those. Now all the legs, or the frame, as you might also want to call it, has been cut. So choose to cut them in 80 centimeters. So the raised bed will have a nice height, as I mentioned earlier. 1 and 2. Three and 4. And then we want something for the middle here. So probably around there. Something right here. Then something, oh yeah, one over here as well. One for this side. And then one for here. And the last one for here. So let's take a closer look. So this will be how all the legs will be inside. Anyway, let's take some measurements. So for this one, I will go from the outside, so it will be a smooth surface, or it will just be open from the back side, and the inside it will be these ones, they will be going outwards and these will be inwards. So let's say this to here, 133 centimeters for this one, that one, and then this one. Perfect. Just gonna cut those fast. So as I mentioned, the 30 degrees, because it fits for a hexagon, they will just have to be laid out like so. So one for each corner. And this one, and then the next. Something like so. Just gonna push this into the side. There we go. And this one like so. And yeah, starting to already make a shape. So nice to see. And then this one over here. And the same for that side, like so. Yeah. The stones, they are not completely straight anymore. But what do you expect when this is such old greenhouse? But that is also the nice part about it. It's the oldness. There we go. And then this side. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 sides. Now it's just this one and then that one. So let's see, 57.5. Yeah, that looks fine. It should be wide enough, otherwise I can always just cut some of it off. So those two pieces coming right up. So I got the two pieces 30 degrees on each side like the other ones. So the idea is to take this piece like so. I have to make this one straighter also. There we go. And over here, then this piece will go in on the side of the wood like so. So the next piece will be directly onto here and go outside. So it will just be a 90 direct cut. So for this piece I would have to put this metal plate behind it. Otherwise the attachment won't be as efficient as the other ones. And of course the other side also. I must say that the frame is starting to look very nice. And for this one we'll also have to go like so. So now it goes directly into here and make the last of the inner circle this side and into here. Yeah, 33. So they will also be 133 centimeters. So I'm gonna cut those. So as you can see, 33 in the top and 90 in the bottom. So this one will go like so. Oh, it's standing, nice. And then this one here. So as you can see, here is how it's going to look. So the soft side on the outside and then the rough in here. So it would have this overhang when you get up to the top. It's going to look very nice. And the other side. So it would have to be something like so as well. And then this one over here. Can it stand? Perfect. So something like so. So now we just need the middle here. Oh, I tried. Doesn't really matter about the other side. They will be the same size anyway. So this one, so that will be, yeah, let's place it around here or something. We'll take it there. So now the other side, that will be 73. So 73 centimeters. And then the whole frame is hopefully looking in a nice structure. There we go. Got the last two pieces with 30 degrees on both sides. There you can see. If it's not gonna fall, that would be nice. Something is wrong. I can see that this one is in the wrong place. So if we take and move this one, for a second there I was a little scared that it was not complete. But here is the frame, and that is how it's gonna look inside. So now I will think I will attach everything to it. As I was going to drill into all the wood, I was like, how am I going to prepare the ones for the floor once everything is connected? And I was like, damn, that might be an issue. So let me show what I am talking about. So as the small pieces that I talked about, so down here where I wanted to connect them, I wanted to be something like so here. But if I was going to drill everything together right now, I have no possibility to have my drill machine underneath it. Yeah, from this side where my hand is holding right now. So first I will make the frame finished, and then I will drill all the frame and legs together, and then I will take the sides. So I'm quite happy that I saw this before I started to attach everything. Otherwise I would have to take everything apart again. So now I will do the frame. So for that one, there will be 53, 53, 53, and then this one will go like so. 53. Oh, no. This one is not on its correct side. So 50. And 50. So 2 50s and 3 53s. Yes. So 2 50s and 2 50s and 3 53s. Now, as you can see, I cut a little more than 5 pieces as I was originally going to do. Because while I was in there cutting, I was like, you know what? Why not just make a little more structural support for everything, because I think the dirt is gonna be quite heavy. So I just choose to cut these 9 pieces. So these ones was for the frame, so one for each of the corners, and the other ones here, they are 50 centimeters each. So that will be just for here, there. So anyway, enough of just talking. Let me just show you, and hopefully everything fits when I place it into. Yeah, nice. And then we take this one like so. Perfect. The other one. Perfect. And the last one for the straight corners. And the last for the 30 degrees angle. Perfect. And then we got these ones. Oh, it's a nice tight. So it fits perfectly. Same for this one. Yeah. Trees, the wood, they need to be adjusted so they can fit perfectly inside. Because right now everything is just hanging loosely everywhere. So they're not in the right place. And then this one. There we go. And here we have the whole frame. So now it's just time to attach everything to each other and raise the legs from the ground. So they will sit something like this. So that will be 15 centimeters from the bottom and all the way up to here, where the next piece of pine wood will be laying above or on top. And I have already made two because I forgot to turn on the camera. So here you can see the result. So it will be seen something like so. And then this on top like so. Very simple. So for now it's just finish up the rest and then we'll take it from there. The metal pieces has been mounted on the sides. So this here was the right side, and as well as the same for the left side. And for each leg has been adjusted, so they are 15 in height. And as you might be able to see, all of these ones, they are having a gap right here. While the camera was off, when I was installing this one, I had turned this one here the wrong way. So I was having like a doubt because the screws here, they were bigger and there was a small metal piece in here. So I was like, damn, I didn't see that. Maybe I needed 2 centimeters for each side. And then I went in to cut those, and I did it for, of course, all of them, even the corners as well, as you can see here. So when I came out, I turned the pieces the right way, and then I was like, oh damn, now they're too short. So yeah, I just measured the distance between, and then I just screwed each piece into it. So thank God that it can still work like so, and it's still very nice for the structure. A little disappointed that I cut those without thinking reasonable, but yeah, that's what something can happen if the plan isn't thought of before going into the work. So anyway, still works fine, still holding, and it will be still perfect when I am finished with everything. So yeah, now that I'm ready to raise the frame, I were going to use the same screws as I used to attach the frame with, but I was like, I want a little more longer ones just to be sure that they are sure to be gripping. I think these ones can easily do it. They are 40 in length, and these ones, they are just 50. So, but yeah, I'm going with the long ones. Then I'm sure they can easily go into it. So because I'm going to go this way here, so it will be something like so. So there are plenty of screw head to go into, but yeah, over the years, the time, how much it's going to be moving around, etc. Then I'm like, you know what? I will take some little longer ones, so they have more grip. So I will go with the 50s instead of the 40s. Then I am just sure that it would be fine, hopefully. Anyway, time to raise the beds. So now the whole frame is assembled, or should I say the outer frame is assembled. So if you see here, right now I have screwed everything from the outside onto everything. And the reason why I didn't take the inner circle was mainly because the screws on the other side, they are gonna be very annoying to get into if I'm choosing to assemble everything now. Because as you can see, it's fitting the whole frame out on the side. But thank God, because it's a nature material, I can easily just open it right now. So I am going to attach all the side panels first, and then I will take the inner section afterwards. So for now I will cut the rest of the panels for the outside, and then we'll move on to the outside afterwards. Now we got all the pine wood cut into the right length. So now we can finally start on the outside. So as you see here, just like before, now I just take these 4 sides and I got everything here. So 4 for each. And then when I'm finished, there should be maybe this much gap here in the top. So that was all the sides, as you can see. Yeah, it's looking very nice. Whoops. It is going straight down here on this back side, as I mentioned it would be. So if something should fall down, it would be easy just to take the hand down or a tool to grab it or something like that. Plus it's just looking way more nice in my opinion. So now it is time for these ones. So that one, this one in the side. So now the pieces, they have been prepared. So as you can see down here, I have already attached the screws, so they are just easy to install, just like the long ones I did before. So now it's just time for mounting. So there we go. The whole circle, well, for outside, is complete. So now it's just time for the inner part. So that would be the frame in the bottom here. Now the whole structure is assembled. And it's looking very nice. I will make the floor. So let's go in and cut for those. And of course those ones will have to have an angle, because as you can see down here, there's some corners where they will need to be located inside. So now that all the pieces has been cut for the floor, we are finally ready to attach everything. Oh yeah, of course, I still need to show you guys. Here is the result. So I have already placed all the pieces. They're just not attached yet. Oh yeah, one more thing. It probably just need to, but I just made a little more sturdy attachment for each side, because this plate out here would just be hanging all the way from this distance. It wouldn't probably do anything because they are quite sturdy. But anyway, I did it for both sides. So now the whole structure can take everything. So now it's just time for attaching. And as for the screws I'm using, I'm just going to use these 40s again, because yeah, the plates are just needed to be laying still. They are supported everything from the bottom, so there's no reason to use longer screws than necessary. So now everything has been screwed into it, as you could see here. So now it is only time to put on the sides. So guys, I am officially out of all the screws. I've used all 200, so that's quite nice. So as you can see, I have already prepared all the pine woods again. Just makes everything easier when the screw is already attached to it. So anyway, it is time to finish up the rest. So now all the sides they are on, and it is looking very nice. Now the last thing before I put the top on is to put the wood pieces on the sides, so not all the panels they are moving when it's going to be hot or cold or likewise. So I took all the spare wood that I had laying around after all the cuts and used those ones to reinforce the sides so they won't be moving around and so on. So right now the only thing left is to put in the tarpaulin everywhere, so the dirt and everything isn't touching the wood. So, but that will be for tomorrow, because today's task was only to finish off the whole frame and all that of the structure. So tomorrow will be for the tarpaulin, yeah, you know what I mean, and then the top After that, I will have to fill in all the dirt and the few vegetable plants I have prepared already. It's gonna be very nice. But that is for tomorrow. Right now, it has been a good day so far. Looking so much forward to plant all the plants in here. It's gonna be so nice. Anyway, tomorrow's job.